Guys, we're back again this week for another one of our shipping videos and another beautiful selection of guitars as always. And we're going to go through that. We're going to talk about the different specifications. We're going to talk about where they're going to around the world, who they're going to, and I'll just give you my 2 cents on the different designs. We've got a couple other things we're going to talk about this week as well. I'm going to show you our pick of the week that I'm going to be filming. That's a content I'm going to be filming after this video, but I'll maybe give you a little sneak preview of it as well. And but what I want to really tell you about is our upcoming music festival, because we've got our Oakfest Music Festival coming up. So it's a collaboration between Oakfest and Emerald Guitars, and essentially it's a 3-day music festival. So it's only 3 days if you happen to be an Emerald Guitars owner, because 1 day is exclusively just for Emerald owners. So the first day we have John Spillane and John Muldowney. They're going to be both playing in our little Emerald Cottage. So that's a really exclusive event. I'm going to be hosting some drinks and food before the event. It's only available to Emerald owners, so you can't buy tickets for it. It's invite only. So if you're interested in coming, please get in touch with us. We can put you on the guest list, and it's first come, first served. I think we have probably about maybe 40 places on that, but that's going to be a really, really special night of music and lots of good Irish crack, and it's going to be a good one. Then on the Saturday we have a full day of Emerald artists playing. So we've got Ryan Sheridan headlining. We've got the Davy K Project. We've got Mickey Joe Hart. We've got Sailor Bill. We've got Tanya McCole. We've got Sean Daniel. We've got Zach Mack, and we've got the Kev Quigley Band. So amazing lineup of artists. They're all going to be playing Emerald guitars all day, and they're going to be just blowing the roof off that place. We're also going to have a second stage. So that's on the main stage. We have a second stage that's going to be the Emerald demo stage, where we're going to have various different artists coming and doing demos on the guitars. So we're going to be profiling various different guitars through the whole day in little 15-minute segments. So that's going to be cool. And then on the Sunday is the main lineup. That's the main Oakfest day, and the Undertones are the headline act for that. An incredible Irish band. So that's exciting. So 3 days of fantastic music. So if you're local to us here, make sure you get your tickets, get to Oakfest. If you're somewhere on the other side of the world, it's still not too late to buy a flight. It's easy to get to Ireland, so come and visit us. This is the excuse that you needed to come to Ireland. And yeah, it's going to be a great weekend of music. And if you can't come, you just definitely can't come. Watch out for all the video, because we are going to film the entire event, and we're going to put it out. Might try and live stream the Friday night event just for you guys. I'll see if we can do that. But the other ones, we're going to film everything, and we'll be putting it out as content for the next few months, I guess. So that's it. That's Oakfest in conjunction with Emerald Guitars. And this is a great selection of Emerald guitars. So the first one we're going to start off with today, we always seem to start with the smallest and go to the biggest. Maybe we'll change that up next week, and we'll do it some way different. Yeah, so we're starting with the Amicus, and this is a beautiful Amicus. Look at that sapphire blue. It's this is our blue over vibrant weave, and it's deep sapphire blue. It's the only way you can describe that. Really beautiful. So the Amicus is our little short scale 12-string guitar, and it gives you all those kind of mandolin kind of tones, but in a 12-string guitar, it feels very familiar to a guitar player. This one's got those beautiful little silver rings for the inlays, on the markers going up the fretboard, and we also have little side markers that we have on all our guitars. Got the Cosmo Black Co.Donegal 510 tuners, and the LR Bags element pickup system in there. So really beautiful example of an Amicus, and this one isn't too bad either. This one's going out to Rob in Westbury in England, and this one is Harborica with a green stain over the top. I love the color combinations. So the Harborica has that really nice contrast between light and dark wood, and whenever we put the stain on it, then all the light areas just really come up with the vibrant green, and then you get the darker greens running through it. Back and sides, perfect combination with the black carbon with the green transparent over the top. So just a beautiful green emerald. And that's also got the LR Bags element pickup system. Now, this is the one that caught my eye this week. This is going out to Donald in New Hampshire. And I think we've had one or two before that have had this similar combination of colors, but it just really works. So black quilted maple on top and a vibrant red back and sides, and I just love that. I think it's one of those unexpected combinations that, you know, when you first might think about it, might not be sure that it works, but that's what the 3D builder does so well. It gives you the ability to visualize these combinations, and then that's why the shipping videos are so good, because you get to see what that visualization looks like in reality, and I think that's a great combination. Really works. So that black quilted maple that we stain with a black dye, and when we sand into it, it brings out some of the areas with that more sort of silvery finish, and yeah, it's just a great combination of colors. The fretboard has the silver rings, and it's been given the custom slotted headstock. You'll see that a little bit later, or the next guitar actually, on a nylon guitar. So we mostly do it on nylons, but it's beautiful on a steel string, and just gives it a really unique look. And you see just how that flows and shapes into that guitar. So that's a really beautiful X7. This one's got the Graphtec piezos here, and it's got the K&K Pure Minis inside with the 2 volume controls to balance between the two. Then we have another X7. This one's going to Vanny in California. And this one's Cocobolo. And Cocobolo, I think we actually have a second Cocobolo this week. It's a veneer that we used to use quite a lot. It's become very hard to find. We have a very small amount of it left in stock. Yeah, this is a very nice example. Always when I'm looking at Cocobolo, I look for the character of the knots and the colorations. This has got the nice knots down here. That nice light wood running through the center here, and it just frames the center of the guitar, and it's like a continuation of the fretboard. Those beautiful colors that you get, the vibrant reds and deep variations of browns that run through that veneer, and then an amber back and sides. Again, that slotted headstock, and as I say, this one's a nylon. The fretboard has the Celtic knots in white, and it's got the high vibe pickup system. So a lot of nice combination of details on that guitar. Now, this one's going out to Durham. This is going to Barry in Durham in England, and this is another black quilted maple. I think black quilted maple on a Virtuo is really quite something. The black hardware, black quilted maple, black carbon back and sides, silver inlays, and the silver inlays I think work really great with that black quilted maple, because the silver that we use, it's not a really bright silver. We use a combination of resin and an aluminium powder, and what I've tried to do is find materials for inlays that just kind of blend with the colors and the tones and the textures of our fretboards, and I think that does beautifully. It catches the light really nicely, but it's not like it's a bright shiny chrome finish or something. So it's a silvery grey kind of color, and I think it works perfectly with that Virtuo. So the Virtuo, if you haven't seen it before, I'm not sure where you've been, but the Virtuo has this combination of the Fishman Fluence pickups, the Graphtec piezos. It's got the MIDI, it's got all the onboard controls. So essentially it's 3 guitars in one, and it's also an acoustic instrument, so even acoustically it performs. Really fantastic electric guitar and incredibly versatile. Then we've got Billy in Texas. Billy's gone for an X20, and a beautiful green X20. So it's a green carbon with a transparent green finish, and look at that, something a little bit special on the back. So Billy had asked us for something just a little bit special for him, just to represent Texas, and so that was our little interpretation of, I guess, is it a cow? the horns. So yeah, really cool. That turned out beautifully. It's got the hi-fi pickup system here, gold hardware, and the gold Celtic knots. So, so a nice combination between Texas and Ireland there, I think, in that guitar. Then we've got Eddie in Nevada. So Eddie was looking for a guitar that that had just a satin finish on it. He really didn't want the gloss. So we went back to something that we previously used to do, and that was the crystallized finish. So a crystallized finish, it's kind of like an eggshell type finish. So it's clear, so you do see the carbon through it, but it's very hard wearing, sort of this textured eggshell finish on top. So it's quite tactile, feels good, and works nicely with the light, but gives a very different look to our guitars. Yeah, it's certainly something that we used to do a lot, but haven't been doing recently. I shied away from doing a lot of the satin finish guitars. Regular satin finishes we found quite difficult with how we attach the bridge and various different elements of how we build the guitars. But I think we've got it dialed in for this crystallized again. So if that's something that you've been thinking about, talk to the sales guys, and maybe something we can accommodate. Certainly something that we were able to achieve very successfully on this guitar. Other details on this one, it's got the Graphtec piezos, it's got the K&K Pure Minis inside, the 2 volume controls, it's got the silver rings on the fretboard, and the black hardware on there. So really nice, stealthy looking finish on that guitar, yeah, very attractive. Then we've got Klaus in North Carolina, another X20 and another Co.Donegal. Let's have a look at these two Co.Donegal guitars side by side. So it's nice to see a pair of Co.Donegal guitars in the shipping video. This one has that really unique center light wood running in here. It's got the little knots here, and that beautiful colors on that veneer. Amber back and sides, gold hardware, and the fretboard has the gold Celtic knots running up the fretboard there. Again, it's got the Graphtec with the K&Ks. Seems to be really common. I think you guys are loving the combination of the K&Ks and the Graphtecs. It's probably our most common pickup system, and really gives the most versatility and gives great tonal possibilities. Now we've got Peter in Arizona. This is a beautiful lefty. This is our left-handed X20. So the X20 is that one guitar that we can offer left-handed. So this one has candy stripe Padauk on top, and a beautiful example of candy stripe Padauk. I love all the variation of colors, you know, from the really light wood in the center, these reds into browns, and then the darker reds and almost running into blacks in part there. So much color and detail going on that. Really makes for a really unique guitar. This one has the vibrant weave back and sides and the gold hardware, and it's, let me see, K&K Pure Mini inside. I was trying to see no controls here, so it's just a straight K&K Pure Mini, and that's something we don't have it listed on the website, but if you do want just the K&K Pure Mini by itself, rather than as a combination unit like on the other guitars, we can accommodate that for you. Now we've got Aaron in New York. Aaron has gone for an X20 nylon. I seem to be doing more and more nylons these days, and it's really nice to see them coming through, because I think they're really a fantastic guitar. So this is our X20 nylon with red carbon back and sides. It's got the black shirtler tuners on the headstock there, on that slotted headstock. It's got our custom tie bridge. It's got a hi-fi pickup system, and then he's asked us to put the strap locks on. So that's something also, if there's, you know, specifically looking for a different style of strap button, we can accommodate that as well. We're always happy to make sure we get on there what you need. Last one we've got this week is going out to Bryson in Texas. So I think this is his third custom emerald. And this one, the veneer on top, I should have looked, pretty sure this is Paldao. It's not one we do very often, but I'm pretty sure that's Paldao. It's got the gold Celtic knots running up the fretboard, black hardware, and the Paldao has these beautiful stripes that are almost black. Just love how it kind of runs into the fade that we do around the edges here. And it's got a black carbon back and sides. And as you can see, some very unique custom artwork. So this is the 5 solas of the Reformation. So he asked us to do this. We had Phil Atkinson do this, and also I think we did this on another guitar previously for him. So Phil is the airbrush artist that does all the artwork for us on the flag guitars. You will have seen one in last week's shipping video. And yeah, it's fantastically executed on this. Really comes out nice. So yeah, a very striking guitar just to finish off this week. Really great set. So I've got a couple other things that I've got to run you through. I'm going to tell you about these now, and I'm also going to tell you about the guitars that have already shipped out on our from our stock section. But also this is a good time to tell you that if you're enjoying these shipping videos and you enjoy seeing them every week, then please do subscribe. It's nice to see our subscriber numbers going up every week, and it's nice to see the numbers of people viewing this and seeing our content going up. I know there's a lot of serial viewers that would like to see these week after week, so if you subscribe, it just makes it easier to see. Okay, so pick of the week. So pick of the week is something I started doing a few weeks ago, and I thought it'd be just nice every week to go through and kind of highlight a selection of guitars that we have here in stock. And this week we've gone for Japanese Tamo Ash, and I'll just show you one because you're gonna have to watch the actual video to see it all. But Japanese Tamo Ash has this beautiful quilted pattern, and we've done a really nice set that all have this vintage amber burst. So really fantastic veneer. It's got the amber back and sides, and as you can see, we've created a beautiful set of them. So they're going to be coming out next week. We've got a Virtuo, we've got an X10, we've got an X20, this absolutely stunning Synergy X20 harp guitar. Look at that Amicus, and another X10 there. So, oh, sorry, that's an X7. So it's a really nice set of guitars. So we're going to look at them next week. So I'm going to record that. That's going to be going out on Monday. So if you're seeing this shipping video on the first day it goes out, our shipping video goes out on the Friday. Our pick of the week is going to be going out on the Monday, so make sure you watch out for that. So anyway, let's take a look at our stock guitars. So these are our guitars that have already shipped out of our stock, and we had quite a lot of stock sales this last while. It's been really busy, which is very encouraging for this time of year. Sometimes it gets a little bit quieter in August, but this August definitely hasn't been quiet. So first we've got going out is going out to Bill in Florida, or already gone out actually I should say. So this is a Virtuo in blue quilted maple, and really fine piece of blue quilted maple there. Then we've got Donald in New Hampshire with this Kestrel with black quilted maple, and yeah, that is really quite something. The black quilted maple on a Kestrel, I've seen a few of those go through recently, and it's just got a really attractive look to it. Kevin in Georgia with an X20 with candy stripe Paduk. Again, those great color combinations of the candy stripe Paduk. Brian in Arizona with this X7. This is Zircotti, and Zircotti is kind of a little bit like the Cocobolo in terms of colors. It's got those really rich and dark colors with a nice little flash of light wood there in the center. Then Mohammed in Scotland, he's gone for a Virtuo with the amber, so it's the amber carbon finish with the black hardware. We have Joe in California with blue Harborica, and just like the the Amicus that we looked at with the Harborica, this one has the blue, and you just see those little flashes of color. Look beautiful. Philip here in Ulster, he's got an X20, and this is finished in royal ebony, and beautiful pattern on that royal ebony, the clear carbon back and sides, And yeah, the Royal Ebony just has such amazing patterns and color contrasts. Then we have Gerald in Florida, X20, finish in amber, black carbon amber finish. Randy in Canada, it's X10 with Pau Ferro veneer and a beautiful inlay running down the neck in white. Then Kevin in Georgia, Spalted Chen X10 and amber carbon back and sides. Again, great patterns on that Spalted Chen. Dirk in New Mexico, X20, and this one's finished in Pau Ferro as well. Amber back and sides and high vibe pickup system. And Celtic knots running up the fretboard there on that one. John in Pennsylvania, he's got an X20 with black carbon and just the clear finish on it. And so this would be the shiny version or the polished version of what we looked at there in Eddie's guitar that went out earlier. And it's really nice in that straight black carbon. Alfred in Pennsylvania, an X20, and again, another straight carbon. Need to get more of those. I bet my stock's low on black carbon X20s. Need to get more coming through. Mark in California, X7 with red Royal Ebony. So it's like that other Royal Ebony we looked at with a transparent red over the top and just brings out all those contrast and colors. Then we've got Zach in Ohio, black carbon Virtuo. So it's just that black, the natural carbon finish with the black hardware, and that always is very attractive on a Virtuo. Charles in Oregon, another X20, black carbon. This one's got the Celtic knots running up the neck, up in the fretboard there. And then we've got Don in Colorado, X7, again, black carbon. So there's been a bit of a run on black carbon in the last week or two. Then Herb in Indiana is the last one. And this is an X10 with the carbon finish with an amber finish. So, so that's it for this week's stock guitars. A really good selection going out of stock. And I think last weekend maybe was the busiest weekend of stock sales that we've ever had. So that's fantastic. It's great to see things just growing and growing and growing, keeping us on our toes. And we built this great factory here, so we need to be building more and more guitars to keep that running. You remember last week I talked to you about the American flag guitar. So there was an X20 American flag guitar in that shipping video. And I told you that we had a stock American flag. So I thought, well, we would just pull that in here and just let you see it. So, so this is on our stock section at the moment. We just listed last week. It's got that beautiful flag artwork done by Phil Atkinson. And it's just really, it's a really unique tribute to the American flag, and I just love it. So here done on this big X30, and yeah, just have a look. That's Phil Atkinson in there. So if you're interested in that, go to the Emerald Guitars website, emeraldguitars.com, look for the stock section, look for the X30s, and you'll find it listed in among there. So that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for watching to the end. And I'll be back with another one next week.